Hello, my friends. I am going to have us begin right away. I will explain why in a second. So you ready? 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. I'm going. Oh my god. I am just running past the school to start with, and there is so many people. There must be some kind of event going on. And yes, it's going to be a bit loud for a few seconds. This is not why I wanted to start right away, but I will get us around the corner and then I'll explain what I wanted to do. But for now, I'm just going to let you listen to the sounds. Some kind of parade, I think. Okay. Alright, so the reason I wanted you to begin right away is that I am watchless, and so I want to be able to keep track of minutes of running so that I know when to send you off to the various groups of 30, 45 and 60. And that makes it easier for me if I'm just going off the timer of the recording. Okay, so while we're running, I want you to, as we always do, find some element of nature to connect with, to touch. I'm going to touch these like spiky grass puffball things that are on the side. It's not really grass, but it kind of looks like big grass. I really should start getting to know some of the plant names and tree names better for things like this. Okay, I'm trying to find, there is supposedly a trail that starts somewhere here. Where is it? Is this it? I think this might be it here. Let me just get my bearings here, and then I'll get us kind of going in more of a traditional way. I just want to make sure this is the right trail. Okay. Trolley Trail in where am I? Gladstone, Oregon. Let's check here. You keep running. You are here. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm in Gladstone, Oregon, aka Portland, and taking you for this Run 92. We're getting closer and closer to 100 now, and yeah, we've connected with nature. We're going to begin our body scan in just a few minutes, or maybe less than a minute. I do want to apologize. We have a rental car and I've got the keys, but they're those, the big ones, the big block not electric, yeah, I guess it is electric key, and it's the big chunky ones, and they're looped together with this metal that you can't detach them from, and so they're like bulging and bouncing around in my pocket, which is really heavy as well, but no way to change it. So I'm here on this Together Run, visiting family this week. My in-laws live here, my brother-in-law lives here, my sister-in-law lives here, 2 sister-in-laws actually, and we are visiting, so yeah, taking you on a run here, and by the time you listen to this, I'll be on my way home.
About 30 minutes.
So we're going to begin, as we always do, with our body scan. And what we're going to do for that is work our way down from our head to our toes, just checking in with the body, the various parts. I'm going to call them out for you, and you are just going to be present in those areas. Just hold your awareness and just be and see how everything feels. So you ready? Okay, starting at the top of your head, working your way down, checking in with your eyes, making sure they're not scrunched and holding tension. nice and relaxed as you continue on down through your nose, checking in with the back of your head, going down, coming around the front again to your jaw and chin. Making sure you're not clenching, holding any tension there as you continue on down through the front of your neck and the back of your neck, going into your shoulders as you work your way down your arms, the upper arm, around the elbow, the lower arm, as you're checking in with your wrist and the palm, as you're checking in with your fingers, making sure they're nice and loose, not tightening, holding anything tight, just relax. You can hear that chicken. As you continue on down through your chest and into your stomach, around the back, lower back, as you continue on down into your hips and pelvis, going down into your quads, around the back for your hamstrings. So keep going down to the back of the knee, and the front of the knee, continuing on down into your calves and shin as you keep going to your inner ankle and outer ankle, going down into the heel and the arch, the top of your arch, finally into your toes. How's everything feeling? For me, still got a little ache in my heel, but definitely better than what it's been recently. I'll explain it a bit about that since we last ran. I have some updates there. And so my heel is a little achy, arch. I guess Achilles area, I'll tell you more. Everything else feels pretty good. I am on this trail, but it is just kind of through a neighborhood. So it's not the kind of trail I was expecting. And as I'm recording this at 9:30 right now, a.m., it's probably not going to be that quiet, so I apologise. I thought I was going on a kind of quiet trail that was close to my in-laws' house, but I guess not. Okay, so we've checked in with our bodies. Just pay attention to that for now. We'll check back in later if you're on one of the longer runs. If you're on a 30-minute run, you just check in with yourself afterwards, see how you're feeling. And we're going to begin our senses check-in in just a minute. And what that's going to mean is that we're just going to take in our 5 primary senses to take in this moment, take a mental snapshot of being present here, really grounding ourselves into this moment, as we always do on these runs. And in amongst noises of living, I did think about going over to the trails, taking you on a trail run, because tomorrow, as of me recording this, is my birthday. Or if you're listening to this on the Monday it comes out, yesterday was my birthday, or a few days ago was my birthday, 6th of August. And kind of want to have that run to myself. And I know you understand that, so yeah, not doing it then in the trails. I want to have that for me. Okay, so connection to trolley trail. Okay, so maybe now I'm getting on the quiet a bit. see. And then we'll begin our census check-in. This doesn't really look like a trail. Okay. Alright, so, as always, I want you to begin. There's some cyclists coming, they must know where they're going. We need to take some nice deep breaths. Let's do 3 of them. I understand you're running, so they're not going to be true deep breaths, but as deep as you can take them, and just centering your body, grounding your body. So let's go ahead and do that in your own time. That way. Okay, I want to try and get across the road somehow. Sorry about this, friends. It seems pretty straightforward, but it's not. Okay, I believe this is it. Trolley trail. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so. Oh, and this looks like it's more off the road. Okay, so you're taking a nice deep breath. Now tell me, what do you smell? For me, I smell like a cookout, grill, barbecue, charcoal. Someone is definitely like smoking something very strong, and I kind of love that smell. I know it's like probably carcinogenic and not good for us, but I kind of love that smell. But let's see what this says. Beef Buster's Texas style barbecue. It's a smoker. But I love that smell. Like, you know, that charcoal grill smell. Okay. What do you taste? Taste my toothpaste. Because that's what I did right before I went out the door. Not that I should be putting thought to it, but that's what I taste. Next, we're going to go on to hearing. So, if you're going to listen to my sounds, you're going to hear that freaking annoying clicking of my keys. But I want you to either take out your headphones if you feel comfortable doing so, or you can just listen to my sounds. But you're just going to be in your body, in your ears, present, and see what comes up for you. Oh, there's blackberries on the side of this trail. I know I shouldn't be using my eyes right now, but there's so many of them. Do you think they're safe to eat? I mean, my neighbours have blackberries. Oh my god, there's so many. Like, I could literally feel punnets and punnets. Oh my god, there's so many. Can I eat one? Shall I eat one? Let's do it, shall we? Let's grab a really high one. Oh, they've gone there. Oh my god, there's so many. I'm going to grab one. Right, you ready? I'm going to get a really high one so it hasn't been peed on by anything. All right. I've got it. The cyclists are coming back past me now. Got it in my hand. I'm going to let you, as we're about to do hearing, you're going to hear the squelch noise as I eat this in a second. I'm going to let these cyclists pass me. Oh, there's so many blackberries. Okay, ready? I'm going to do it now. Listen. Oh, it doesn't really make noise. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh, that's so juicy. Yum. What do I taste? Taste of blackberry. Oh, so good. If I pass that on the trail, you know why. But I picked a really high one. I had to go on my tiptoes to pick one. But I really am tempted to come grab some of these. Anyway, all right. Here. You're either going to take your headphones out or You're just going to listen to my surroundings. But let's go ahead and do that now. Taking in all the sounds. Listen hard.
Okay. And I'll just see where I'm at. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because that'll give you a solid floor.
Okay, final few seconds. Okay. What was it you heard? You listened to mine or yours? I'll be honest, I found it hard to get my brain away from the blackberries because I'm still seeing them and I want to just pick them all. These blackberries are expensive and that tasted so good. Like, way better than store ones and better than my neighbour's ones. Like, that was so good. So I had a hard time getting myself focused on my ears. But what I did hear was my clicking. I heard my footsteps. I heard the women talking. And I heard distant cars. What did you hear? Okay, and next, we are going to do our sense of touch, tactile. It's going to be present in our bodies to see what we feel on the outside of our bodies, or you could do the inside if something's particularly catching your awareness there. But I want you to just be present there, just checking in with your system. And what do you feel? Let's go ahead and do that now. Few more seconds. Okay, what did you feel? I felt my eyes drawn to the blackberries. Just kidding. Kind of. Okay, I could feel the keys bouncing around, feet hitting the floor, my phone in my hand, the breeze by my eyes, warmth around my chest. That's mainly it. Obviously getting other things, but those are the main ones. Okay, and finally we're going on to a sense of vision. One, guess what I'm going to be drawn to? Sight. I want you to just pay attention to what it is you see, whether your eyes are being bouncing around from one thing to the next, or whether your eyes are drawn to one thing. Just let it go where it wants, your awareness. But as always, I want you to do one thing, which is to take a mental snapshot of some element of what you're seeing, as if you were trying to take in every little detail, so if you never saw it again, you'd remember it. So let's go ahead and do that now.
So she was like in town.
Few more seconds. Okay. Where were your eyes being drawn? What was it you took a mental snapshot of? Mine were actually not drawn to the blackberries, but there was some kind of other fruit tree, maybe an apple tree, maybe a plum. There's lots of berries along this trail, which I like. That's where my eyes were being drawn. So I took a mental photograph of that, and saw the green and the red of the, I'm assuming, apples. Okay, so we've got about 6 and a bit minutes left till the 30-minute group peel off. Oh no, till we do the till we do our strides that we're all going to do, and then the 30-minute group will peel off. So we're going to do those strides together. So next, there's someone bouncing a tennis ball here. Coming along. Would have been a good thing to see in my eye sensory check-in. Okay, so what we're going to do now is our mental health check-in. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to take the time to answer it, whether you would tell me the truth or tell me this, if we were running together in person or not, doesn't matter. What matters is that you're checking in with yourself and seeing how you are actually feeling. So I want to ask you, how are you? Really? Let's go ahead and answer that now. drifted off, gently bring yourself back. How are you? Really? Keep digging. Few more seconds. Okay, thank you for checking in. We've got about 3 minutes left. That's definitely not enough time for me to go fully into my how are you really, but maybe I'll do, trying to think of what we could do for a few minutes and then I'll answer that question. Or should I just go into it? Just go into it, I guess. Okay, how am I really? I am mostly good. I feel quite content, quite at peace as a whole. We are 10 days out from book launch as of my recording this, and so that feels big, that feels like a lot, but I do in general feel like had some really good advice from Martina Sevens, who wrote Slowly a Friend Club, and he really made it clear for me about like figuring out what my long-term goal is, what my purpose with this book is, and that really helped me to kind of consider what I want out of this, but also then Christine Yu, author of Up to Speed, dear friend of mine, gave me some more advice of just, and I'd had this before, but it just kind of went in really well, of like considering that you are one person, or Zoe and I are two people, and can only do so much. So you could drive yourself crazy, you could say yes to everything, and still never feel like you got it all because you said yes to everything, you're burned out. Or you could be intentional and accept that you're never gonna get it out as much as you want. You're never gonna get everything rich roll. Although, on that note, if you want to help me, I really just so badly want to have a conversation with Rich Roll on his podcast. Yes, of course, there's the ego side of it, but mostly I just really think we would have a really powerful conversation. I know it, and I know I have a lot to offer, even though I don't have the millions of followers or all the impressive stuff. Like, I know we would have such a powerful conversation, but I just can't seem to get the yes. 30-minute group, come to a walk. I'll finish this trail of thought. And that's one thing I've really wanted for so many years, but I really thought the book might be the thing that pushed him enough to say yes, but it doesn't seem to be. So if you want to, outreach and say he should have me on, and I wouldn't complain about that. But obviously you do not have to do that. And I would actually much prefer if you just got a copy of the book to help us get it out there more, because that is really where the attention will become enough to where he would maybe have me on. So if you feel like doing two things for me for my birthday, if you could go ahead and pre-order the book Amazon is fine. Any of the other retailers on becomingasustablerunner.com, or if you want to do your local bookstore, that's amazing. And if you want to tweet at Right to Rich Roll, go ahead and do that too. Okay. Right, we ready for some strides? Strides are going to be 10 to 15 seconds of running about 80% of your max. We're all going to do this together. 30-minute group, you two. And then the rest of us will jog. The 30-minute group will walk in between. We'll do 2 of these. And then I'll set you on your way. Okay, ready? 3, 2, and 1. Come to a jog or a walk. And a reminder, as always, we're not trying to take big steps. We're not trying to sprint. I said 80% of your max. Max would be sprint. And also, you want to keep your stride short, your cadence high. Not trying to take big steps. It's just trying to give you a bit of kind of wake your legs up a bit. Okay, ready? 1 more. 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. Come to a jog or a walk. 30-minute group. There are lots of links in the show notes for you to go check out. Becoming a Sustainable Runner. That is the best birthday gift you could give me, is pre-ordering yourself a copy of that. All those pre-orders add up to first week of sales, so it's a massive help for me. And I really appreciate those of you who already have done that. That is so helpful for me, and thank you for your early birthday present to me. Okay, to everyone else, we're going to continue on. And 30-minute group, if you're still here, you can listen on, take a picture of yourself and upload it so I can see who I'm running with, or take a picture of you with the book. That is even more helpful, all of you, if you can do that. Okay. All right, so, let me see here where we're going. Looks like I've got 2 options. I'm going to keep going this way. Okay, so how am I more? Go deeper, Tina. Yeah, pretty content overall. As I said, I'm in Portland with my, oh my God, there's so many blackberries. I know I keep saying this, but I probably have seen thousands already. And if I feel okay on the way back, I think I'm going to go eat a load. I hope some of you aren't screaming, going, "Don't do it! Don't do it!" But the Portland blackberries are poisonous. But I can't see that being the case. How Portland seems like it would be an ideal place for blackberries to thrive. However, it does make me a little nervous that there are so many. Why is no one else grabbing them? Also, no, blackberries grow at a crazy rate, so maybe people are. Okay, so digging deeper, how am I? As I said, I'm here, which is nice to have. I've got 4 days here in Portland with my in-laws, which has been really nice. Spent time with kind of everyone so far, a little bit of time. Gonna get more today, and definitely more on my birthday, which is nice, and always love seeing the girls interact with their grandparents. So this has been nice, and I feel good being here. Obviously makes me miss my family, but I'm very, very much a part of this family and feel it. They treat me like a daughter. We all get on well, so yeah, it is good. And then the 4 days before this, Steve came out here to spend a week here, and I stopped halfway and spent 4 days with Ryan Montgomery while I was doing more work. Steve was really supportive to me a few weeks ago and was like, I just think you're going to be really stressed if you just go straight onto Portland and you're trying to do work during the work week, and you're, either having to keep hiding from the girls, or you're going to be just having to go away to coffee shops all the time. And so, do you want to stay home? But I wanted to spend my birthday with family, and I wanted to come see everyone. And so it just seemed like a logical step to stop at my halfway point, do work during the day, and then I could do my runs and have dinners and stuff with Ryan, who is one of my best friends. And so that's what I did. And that really filled up my cup with some beautiful runs, and just was left feeling very fulfilled and loved. And yeah, it was just like a really peaceful, beautiful few days. And so I am generally feeling good, even with the book being so good, close. Like, I know I've done a lot to get it out there. Could I have done more? Yes, of course. But I feel pretty proud of it. And now having a copy of it in my hand, it made it so much more real and made it feel, feel excited and proud. I think until I had it in my hand, I was kind of judging it a lot and thinking about all the mistakes I'd made. And I should write a post about this. Thinking about all the mistakes I'd made, all the things I'd done wrong. And now I feel proud of it and excited for what it's going to mean, in the future, in the next 10 days. So, and the fact that it's available worldwide, and the fact that I'll be able to go into Barnes & Noble and see it there on the shelf. So I'm excited. All right. What else? Anything else digging deeper? I mean, there's obviously the imposter syndrome that comes through of the smart people like Trent Stellingworth and Michael Gervais and Brad Stulberg, Steve Magnus. They're all reading the book right now, and they're so smart that it makes me like, they're gonna be like, God, this is dumb. And I know they're probably not, but it just, those thoughts go through. Like, these people are wicked smart and they come up with amazing ideas, and this seems so basic. So those thoughts are there occasionally, but mostly are just pride. So yeah. Okay, so next I'm going to ask you to tell me what you've been up to, what updates you have. And so what I want you to do is, if we've done it together on before, you know the drill. I'm going to ask you to update me with what you've been up to since we last ran together. And if this is your first together run, you're just going to tell me a little bit about you. And in either scenario, could be a story, could be a memory, could just be something you feel represents you. But I would love to hear from you. So what would you be telling me if we were running alongside one another in real life right now? Let's go ahead and do that. gently bring yourself back. Just a little bit longer, keep going. Thank you so much for your updates, your stories, whatever it might be. We do only have about a minute and a half left, so I'm not gonna begin my big update download just yet. I'm actually getting to a river. I'm not sure what river this is, but it's a nice praying flag on the ground. And it's pretty, whatever it is. Still got that clicking of my key here. Annoying. But yeah, thank you for sharing your updates. If you want to go ahead and take a picture and send it to me, I'd love to see. I'm off the trail a little bit onto this gravelly stuff for a few more minutes. But we are going to do our next 45-minute group. You're going to come off for your walk. Oops, that's a dead end. So I'm going back. 45-minute group. So let's go ahead and finish up here with a body scan. So at your own time, just go ahead and scan through your body. Check in with everything. Come to a walk, still scanning through. 60-minute group, keep going. Okay, thank you for checking in. How does your body feel now versus at the beginning? Mine feels pretty good. I feel good today, which is nice because I had a solid few days of training with Ryan. Couldn't keep up. He's so fit. Could keep up actually on the regular days, but did speed workout. Well, speed for him. He did 10 800s, and I was like, I'll tell you the story afterwards actually because it's quite a funny story. So if you're the 45-minute group, hang on after we finish these strides, and I'll share that story. Okay, ready? 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. Stride. Okay, come to a jog or a walk. Give you 30 seconds or so, and then we'll go again. Main road. I timed it just right last time, but I don't see that happening again. And once I do that, then we can do a stride. Oh my god. Yep. Let's go across. Right in front of a police car. Not smart, but he's not going to come back. for a jog or a walk, 45-minute group. I'm going to share my story. But first, as you'll probably tail off at some point, thank you so much for joining me. As I said, my birthday present, if you can pre-order, would be a massive help. If you take a picture of yourself with the book, you are a dream. Thank you. Just thank you all for your support to get me to this point. I wouldn't have been able to write a book if I didn't have your support. So thank you, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, all of you. Okay, so let's share this story. So Ryan says he has 10 by... Just gonna pause a second.
White trash. Fucking fire. Night fucking day, bitch. Night and day. You're great. Dog. Burning it. Burning it. No.
Oh dear. Well, there you go. You know what though? I'm sending him nothing but love because I know he's going through so much pain and trauma that sending him love. Okay, I do actually want to take this moment, if you don't mind, just back to myself, because that's always a bit of a unsettling situation. So I just want to take this moment. There's this giant pine tree. I'm just gonna pause it to just take a minute to recenter myself. You can keep running. Try and touch this beautiful big tree. Oh, so gorgeous. It's seen so much in its lifetime. Just fucking love these amazing trees. Thank you. Thank you. There's a big spider on it. Doesn't even freak me out. Alright. Let's get going again. Okay. Alright, so what was I doing? I was going to tell you that story. Thank you for bearing with me. Just kind of, it's always unsettling when something like that happens. As I said, sending him nothing but love. And I was 90% sure he wasn't going to come near me, you know. But I was also kind of 80% sure that he wasn't going to yell at me, which he did. So yeah. But, you know, it's pain. It's nothing but pain. And I just wish he didn't feel that pain. It makes me sad that we do feel that pain. Okay, but I want to share you this story with you. Let's get back on track. Okay. So, I went to stay with Ryan. He's going to do runs with him. You know, he just finished 7th at Western States. So, or 8th overall, because Courtney is a freaking badass. And, yeah, so I knew he was fit. I know he likes to run on trails, likes to run over hills, and I need to get better at those. And generally, he was pretty good at, like, giving me a kick up the butt to keep running on the hills when I could, and not necessarily just walk up them all the time. And I need that sometimes. And then we did, on Tuesday, he was doing a track workout, 10 by 800, because he wants to go do a marathon soon. And so I was like, oh, well, this is my kind of workout. Not recently, you know, I haven't done anything like that in years, but that's exactly the kind of workout I would do in my past. And so I was like, okay, well, I know I'm not going to manage 10. I haven't done anything like this. I can probably manage 4 or 5. And I'm very good at pacing. So I said to him, why don't I take the first one and then you can take them, you know, so you don't go too fast, because that's what people tend to do on their first one, and you can do the rest. And he said, okay. So remember I haven't mentioned yet, we're at altitude. We're in Park City, Utah. And so I take off, and then by the 200 I'm like, uh-oh, because I'm already starting to breathe. By 300 I'm starting to feel it, and by the 500 to 500 meter mark, I think it was even like before the 400, somewhere around there. Before we got to the 400, halfway, Ryan comes past me and he's like, Tina, you're slowing down. And I was like, I know, you go ahead. And so how embarrassing. I was like, I'll pace it well for you. And then I did too fast the first lap for both of us, for what he was doing and definitely for me. And then I panicked because my breathing was starting to go, and so I slowed down visibly enough for him to notice and then pass me and finish about 5 seconds ahead of me. So there you go, some humble pie, which I didn't mind. And then the next I did 3 more, and I just kind of stayed about 5 seconds behind him each time, and then he went on and did another 6, some of them faster. So it was quite a funny moment, like a really one of those like, wow, Tina, you have fallen. But also I was okay with it. Like, I did the best I could on that day, and that was good enough for me. So yeah, that was that. And okay, so I'm going to give you updates now. If any 45-minute group of people are still here, you can head out now. Otherwise, the rest of us are going to have some updates. So, updates. Well, I've told you some of that. Spent a few days in Park City, got a few days here. Last time I recorded one of these was in Virginia. Also did the DC Twilight meet as a pacer. I was going to run it harder myself, but the races weren't scheduled to be till like 9 p.m. and we were half an hour from our hotel, and the girls, you know, that would be going to bed like 9, 10 o'clock, and we were getting up at 4 for our flight the next day. So it just didn't make sense. So I paced 2 of the early meets, completely screwed up one of them, and had my guy stop. His name was Isaac. He was amazing. 69-year-old man I ran with. We were on track, keeping track of the laps, but then with like 2 to go, I got confused, and I told him it was the last lap, and we stopped at the finish, and then his family were like, you didn't finish. And we were like, oh shit. So we started running again. So I was really embarrassed, and like honestly felt so much shame about that, because I just couldn't believe he was fine, like he didn't care, but like I was like, how embarrassing. I like offered to pace you and he would have been better off on his own, you know. But I really loved getting to know him, and I'm hoping I can track him down so I can have him on the podcast at some point. But anyway, it was those Twilight meets are amazing, put on by Tracksmith and Trials of Miles. Strongly recommend, if you have one in your area, you go do it. The first woman I ran with, I know I mentioned on last week's Together Run that it was like 25 minutes. So wrong. The first woman I ran with ran 11:45 pace. Her name was Claire. She was also English, which was funny, but she was amazing. So that tells you, I don't know what I had to jump out on her last lap because the kids' race was starting, or about to start, and I wanted to run with Chloe. I'll tell you about that in a second. But I ran with Claire all but one lap, and she was running 11:45 pace. So, you know, that's really inclusive and open, and it was so supportive. Like, everyone was cheering us on, being so loving and gracious. And yeah, I really want to encourage you to go do one of those if they have one in your city. They're so much fun, and what do you have to lose? Really, it's just really cool. Alright, this is rude. And yeah, so I did that, which was really fun. Kids race was just the best. really, Steve kind of ran near Bailey. She took off and she's so good at pacing herself already at 5. And then Chloe I ran with, it was just, really lots of cheering and clapping, and it was really fun. Kids race is free, just a great experience. So strongly encourage you to go do one of those if you have one. As always with Tracksmith, they put on an amazing event. They take their Envoy truck with them, so you can check out some of the stuff. If you don't have access to a Tracksmith stores near you, they have some of their favourite items there in that van, so you can go check it out. Okay, where are we at? 58. All right, friends, it's time to do our strides. You ready? 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. Okay, come to a jog or walk. Oh, sorry, come to a jog. You can handle a jog. And while I haven't managed to finish the updates today, what I do want to say is if you haven't already, please go sign up for the Running For Real newsletter at runningforreal.com. It comes out once a week on Mondays, that's it. And I will be sharing all the events because, the coming months I'm going to be doing a little bit of a book tour. Not as much as others you might see. And if I'm coming to a city near you, I would love to see you. So please go sign up at runningforreal.com. But I'll do this next stride, and then I'll share off the top of my head where we've got so far. And if it's one of your cities, definitely need to be paying attention. All right, ready? 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Come to a jog. When it gets to an hour, just come to your walk. But I'm just going to tell you, okay, cities. On August 17th, Leadville, Colorado. Zoe and I will be there for our main launch event. Zoe will be in Carbondale, Colorado on the 21st. Okay, come to a walk. I will be in St. Louis on the 23rd at the Novel Neighbor. Okay, where else have we got? Novel Neighbor. Boston. I will be in Boston at Tracksmith August 31. Also probably with Pioneers Run Crew on August 30. After that, I think New York, September 18th to 22nd. Somewhere in there, 20th probably. Chicago Marathon Weekend. Where else? Somewhere on the West Coast at some point in that month. Not sure whether it's going to be California or somewhere up here on the Northeast. And Phoenix, Arizona on the end of October. New York, again for the marathon. And CIM in December. So if you live in any of those places, make sure you sign up for my email newsletter so you get the details. If you live somewhere else, I'm figuring out other plans, trying to work it, but let me know if you have a suggestion. Friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to come to a walk too, even though I'm not going to stop. I got a little bit more of a run to do. I appreciate you. And let's check in with nature, as we always do. I'm going to touch these berries. I'm not going to eat these ones. These ones definitely don't look safe. Connect yourself, ground yourself with nature. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you next time. Oh, and if you support me on my birthday, go buy my book. Thanks, friends.